Today we'll help you pack an awesome football bag if you're on a budget. Because yes, I have made a video like this before, but that was with the focus of packing the coolest and best and most wicked football bag that money could buy. And that also means that the boots and the clothes and the accessories were really nice, but they were also really expensive. And if that's a bit out of your budget, that's okay by the way, today I'll give you some ideas of slightly cheaper options that still offer very good value for money to pack a great football bag. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, that you've hit the bell's notification button, and let's get cracking. I mean packing. Now, before we start, I'll assume that you already have the standard things such as a bag, a towel, some underwear, shampoo, etc, etc. Just so we're clear. And we can start with what I think are the most important tools, your football boots. Now, if it's up to me, I would allocate a decent chunk of your budget to finding a high-quality pair of boots, still cheap of course, that most importantly offer good value for money. And the four in front of me do exactly that. That's why I brought them. Now, we can start with the Nike Premier 2, which is just 89 euros on Unisport right now, and just absolutely sensational when it comes to comfort and fit, especially for the money that you pay. There's also the Mizuno Morelia Neo 3 Pro, which is 120 euros, or the Nike Chamber Legend 9 Pro, which is 130 euros, and both here offer a relatively high quality leather upper, a really good fit, and just overall very good performance. It might also be that you're into speed boots, in which case the Puma Ultra 2.3 at 110 euros on Unisport right now is also a very good option. It's kind of this hybrid between the old Ultra 1.2 and the new Ultra 1.3, and it has the same outsole as the top models as well. And I realize that this sort of money is not exactly cheap, but when it comes to value for money, I think you're gonna struggle to find a better deal than on these four. Then we move on to training apparel, which is a bit of a funny one because here you can easily go out and spend 130 euros on just a training top alone. And sure, it's gonna be a really nice training top, but 130 euros is also a lot of money. And personally, I wouldn't mind paying that for that extra little quality, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about on a budget here. And the funny thing is that the drop in quality from those 130 euros to 30 euros that these cost-ish is not as big as the price difference would indicate. So the Adidas Entrada here, or especially the Puma Team Liga, and also the Nike Academy 21 are all great options. They actually feel really good, they do the job, they look cool, and they are also decently priced. So they're definitely worth a look if you don't want to pay the 130 euros. And I'll be honest, the recommended retail price on these is higher than 30 euros, but a lot of them are on sale on Unisport right now, so go find the right color and do your thing. And the same thing can be said for t-shirts, where you can find some pretty good deals if you look through unisportstore.com. One of those is the Nike Dry Park 20 or the Adidas Core 18 for just 10 euros a pop. Or you can go even cheaper with the Puma Liga shirt at just 9 euros on sale right now. And all of these shirts will stay relatively light and keep you dry when you start to sweat. And for those prices, they actually do a pretty good job. But you also need some shorts, and some people will say that football shorts are football shorts, and I agree to some extent, but if you can find the Nike Park 3, they are pretty decent actually. They come in different colors at different prices right now, but these are just 11 euros, and for that price, you can't really ask for much more. Now, something that isn't quite as straightforward is training pants. They're not just training pants, and here it would be a pretty good idea to invest in something a little better than just the cheapest option. Again, here, the Puma Team Liga, 27 euros, really nice, have a good tight fit and are relatively stretchy. Or, if you want to go even cheaper, there's also the Nike Dry Park 20 at just 18 euros, which are definitely also okay. Just pants are important. So spend a little more there, maybe a little less on the shorts. Just an idea. But if you're the type of player who also likes to wear base layer, that can be a little bit of a costly affair as well. But don't worry, we've got you. Now, we've actually made our own base layer, a top, and some shorts. They're 25 euros a piece, but they actually offer this really nice, relatively tight fit, adds a little bit of a feeling of good compression, and also it's gonna keep you dry and nice and a little bit warm by wicking sweat away from your body, which is nice because it just adds that little extra layer for when the weather is still pretty chilly outside. And I know that it's a little bit biased to just plug our own product, but honestly, at this price range, I couldn't think of a better alternative. Because it's solid. And you know what? If you don't have a football already, you can say the same thing about that. Because in my book, one of the best, if not the best value for money footballs right now is the Select Numero 10. And believe it or not, we actually teamed up with the guys and girls over at Select and slapped a Unisport design on it. And right now we sell it for 32 euros, which is an absolutely ridiculous price for a ball of this quality. I mean, I love it. We play with it at my club. It's a great ball. Then we come to accessories, which is also somewhere that you can go absolutely wild. I mean, I'm a gear nerd. I want the lot. Grip socks, sock tape, player gloves, something for the hair if I had some. I mean, I want everything. But since you want to keep expenses low, I think it's about identifying what you absolutely need in order to feel as good as possible. And I would say that you can narrow it down to player gloves and good football socks. Now, for player gloves, I would probably go for the Unisport ones. They are 10 euros. They do the job. Or the Nike Academy Hyperwarms at 13 euros. They're also pretty great. As for player socks, I would say that it's all about getting a good pair of socks, relatively high quality, to make sure that you feel good, but also that you don't slide around inside your boots and that you avoid getting blisters. And the best option to do that is to get a pair of grip socks, but they also tend to be relatively expensive. So if you can get the Nike Team Match Fit socks here, they are 10 euros and they feel a lot better than just the cheap, really standard, very slippery socks that you can get. So spend that extra money because it's actually worth it. So, guys and girls, I realized that there are lots of little things that would be really cool to have in your bag and, upgrade your boots, more expensive clothes and all that stuff. But after all, we are on a budget here. So I think it's really important that you focus on the essentials, the boots and the clothes, and then you see how much money you have left to work with and then go from that. And also remember that if you want any of the products in this video, I'll link everything in the description right down below. You can also go to the link to unisportstore.com right over there and go absolutely nuts. Now, of course, also remember to tell me what you're rocking in your bag right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you want to learn some cool football skills, there's a wicked playlist that you should definitely take a look at right down there. With those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.